So greetings everyone. What about whenever I say source is one and yet we're fractalized? So that's what I want to address in this video.
Greetings. This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Yes, we as source are one. Now let me explain this in a way that maybe you can begin to comprehend what I'm speaking about here. Now, is your body, your avatar, as you have always thought it to be? Is it one? Do you have one body? One body? If you didn't know about the 4 other frequency bodies, but your physical body, and you're thinking that this physical body is you, do you have one body? Yes. I think most everyone here would say yes. Now, this body, the way we have been told it is made up of many cells, right? Cells. There are lots of cells within the body. There are blood cells, there are skin cells, there are organ cells, okay? And there are many organs within the body. Each have their own purpose and function. They each have their own individual function within your body. Well, we as source, this matrix is within source because nothing can exist outside of source. This is source energy that is within this matrix that we are confined in right now. And we designed this and put ourselves here. We are the matrix source players. Our function, just like you have a heart that beats, that function is of that heart is to pump the blood. Well, we as matrix source players, is our function to create matrix experiences for all source to experience with us without risk to any other part of source. The risk is contained in the matrices within source. Now, you can also think of that as a mind. Your mind has many different areas and each area functions differently, controlling different motor functions and different things. Okay, well, we source players, that is our function within source. We are the ones who experience. Yes, we are the ones who experience, who have the experiences for all of source to experience because of us. We create the challenges for ourselves. We create the matrices, we design them, we create them, and then we put ourselves into them and we experience the things that we have created. Now, not all source players are in this game. This game is the most difficult matrix that we have ever created. And because there was a high risk to this game, not every source player was allowed into the game. You had to have proved your ability to not wipe yourself out, basically, to be able to survive the experience. Because it's an all-in game. And real cost. Real cost. So, if this game would not have been won and this matrix would never have been closed, there'd still be more source players that didn't enter this game that will go on to create other source games and experiences for all of source. However, that didn't happen, so we will all be exiting the matrix. However, when you get out and how you finish the game is going to determine how you experience your experience once you return back to your source self-awareness. Now, When we design the games, we are one. Just like one organ works together, but it has many cells. The organ doesn't argue with itself. It is one mind. We put this experience together as one mind, not individually. We are experiencing our individualness in this game. It's the only place that we experience our real individualness of what we would call it, what we're experiencing now. You see, this doesn't exist inside Source. This is not who we are. This is an experience. It's in our minds. It's a dream. It's an illusion. And time only exists the way we know it here within this secondary dream state matrix. The synergy cell, the reserve cell energies are what determine who got in the game. Well, you're proving your abilities or lack of abilities, because the synergy cell, there's no tricking, lying, deceiving that, because your cell says everything. It records your experience and whether you were successful in I mean, your synergy cell will determine the supply that it has when you exit this game. Will determine, well, for one thing, it'll determine when you exit this game, and it will also determine what you experience when you return to your source self-awareness outside the matrix. I will say again, the only rule within this game that you better be aware of, because it really applies to your performance once you return to your source self-awareness outside the matrix, is you need to not be eating the animals. Simple as that. That's non-negotiable. Now, every bit of source outside of this matrix, which is actually, this matrix is within source because nothing can exist outside of source, is experiencing all of your feelings, emotions, everything that you're experiencing, your success, your failures, all of that. They're living vicariously through you and your experiences. Now, source is totally neutral. Yes. Now, you may not like to hear this. With source being totally neutral in the experience, you see, we experience the feelings and everything, but source itself is completely neutral, and being neutral, it doesn't really care how you do. It doesn't care if it loses you or not. You made that choice coming in here from a neutral standpoint for the experience. It's totally based on neutrality, and your synergy cell when you exit here is the total sum of your value and source. Your cell value and source, your fractal value and source. Yeah, I said that. You see, source doesn't care if you win or lose. It's the experience, and it's up to you to play it to win. To play it to win. You've been playing around a lot. We all have. Some more than others. And it's time to get a hold of your game. The game is drawing to a close. And although there's still plenty of time left for you to get a hold of yourself and to remove the animal meat, flesh, blood, and get your frequency rising, that's totally up to you. And although we here within this game might think, well, that seems really, it's because you have feelings, and those feelings don't exist outside this game. They don't exist in the physical realm, the body mass that you're hooked up to in that realm. there are no feelings there. You weren't experiencing feelings. You weren't experiencing emotions in that mechanical, biological body blob that you were simply motoring around in. You didn't have any senses. You didn't have any tremendous experiences. It was just a matter of making one foot go in front of the other and moving hands around, and that's all you experienced before you came into this secondary matrix. And you could have left at any point in time, but you chose to come into this secondary matrix to experience all the wonders of this secondary matrix, the experiences and the emotions and the feelings and the sensations and the orgasms and eating the animals and all of that stuff. Well, your synergy cell got refilled November 2016. So, the only thing that you have missing from your synergy cell is what you have chosen to do emotionally, eating meat, and orgasmically, and all the different things, unforgiveness, these things, all have an effect on you're paying out of your reserve cell. Now, the Elite Matrix players, they had always entered a game with full synergy cells, and they always exited the game with the same full synergy cells. Now, that's how they got the elite status in this game. They earned it. We call it earning it here. It's called something different in Source. You see, there is no language in Source. There's no language in the physical realm of this Matrix game either. It's all telepathic. There is no talking. There is no. Totally different. So, this illusion's been pretty amazing. This game experience has been pretty amazing. Finish well. Finish well, so you can go on to be awesome creators of future matrices. Don't eat the animals. You will not go on to creating future matrices if you consume the animals in this game, continuing to consume them with intent. And that intent will do you in. Now, Source is very, we would call it smart, in that it doesn't let all of its Source players into a single game at a time. And in this game, it was such a high-stakes game that only the best could come in and create this game, because it was a challenge to ourselves, and it was to really, 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 really be a challenge and to be an experience. And it's been quite the experience. But the matrices are all powered by Source players that are within the matrix itself. Now, if Source players exit a matrix below a certain synergy cell level, they're benched. And in this game, there's a little bit more to it than just being benched. Okay? Because we made a wager with ourselves. We made the major wager. Yes, we did. And it will be more than just being benched. It'll be isolation. Because we would be considered a cancer within Source that doesn't need to spread. Because if you are here and you are making choices for the experience and you can't get yourself out of it, then you bought into the game far too much. And Source is neutrality. And so in neutrality, it will just isolate you. But you knew that. You knew that coming in, because you see, you're Source, you're neutral. And you don't get it, because you have totally, fully surrendered to your senses within this game, to the experience. Yes, that's what you came in for. However, you weren't supposed to lose yourself in it. You were to live in your now, aware of the choices that you were making, where you were giving your energy away, and what it was going to cost you. And you can get mad at yourself if you like. It won't do you any good. Yep. I think that's probably enough of a shocker for this video. A lot to digest there. And you need a good source self connection, not higher self. Higher self is a counterfeit, matrix counterfeit. It will be telling you what you want to hear. Higher self tells you what you want to hear. It doesn't give you source truth. It does not have your best interest at heart. It is simply sucking you into the game more. We all like to hear what we like to hear. We all like to hear that we're elite. We all like to hear that we're doing really well. We all like to hear that we're powerful creators. Well, you get your empowerment whenever you stop eating the animals, when you line up your 4 frequency bodies with your source self fractal body. Well, that's another video. Your source fractal body covers 7 frequency planes. Only 7. Only 7 frequency planes of the 11. Now, that's the first time I told you that there are 11 frequency planes, unless you've been a supporter. But the source fractal only covers 7 of the top 11 frequency planes. And if you're eating meat, you're at a level 4 or lower. You're on a level 3 or 4, because the 2 lowest frequency planes were closed when the game was won. Everybody got a frequency boost out of those levels, so they could come to their senses, maybe, and get in harmony with their source self fractal, which is who they really are, who we really are, and master this game and master their bodies. Yes. Now, if you're listening to the information that I'm presenting in these videos and you find them beneficial, they are a confirmation to what you already know deep inside of you. If you are finding them beneficial, then it benefits you to say thank you without expecting anything more in return. It is a thank you for what you have already received, or the confirmations that you have already received. That is what benefits you. It's a frequency issue. If you are contributing and expecting something more in return, then that's the wrong attitude and a wrong frequency, and it will not benefit you. You need to give with the intent of a thank you, and not for what you expect in return. There should be no expectations, but you will receive in frequency and life experience from your choices, your right choices. You see, it should be an energy exchange. You're saying thank you for the energy that I have already put out there. Not expecting something more, because when you expect something more, you're buying that thing. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.